brothers.
What you doing?
Putting some nuts in my mouth.
So there's a flood a coming.
That'd be gooey. Hard to walk around in too. It'd be kind of like quicksand. And smell.
A resurrection is coming due.
Well, if a resurrection is a boner on a patchy reservation, a resurrection.
A patch of what?
No, because if an insurrection is an insurance hard-on, a resurrection would be a reservation hard-on.
Oh, good point.
Just saying.
That's stupid.
What?
Well,
Those are some mighty spicy nuts, Johnny Ray. How did you get your nuts so spicy?
well, I just seasoned them for you.
There we go. There we go.
I just let it soak.
And onions.
Them spicy onions.
Yes.
Nothing like onion balls to make your day go round.
So,
Just saying.
I was home alone the other day.
Buck naked.
And
Masturbating like a madman.
I got caught up on the... I have not seen
that's
any
always
of them.
painful.
I have not seen any of these, but all the John Wicks.
Yep.
I watched 1, 2, 3, and 4.
They're
I haven't-
basically the same.
I haven't watched any of them.
Jeez.
Nah, they're all right.
It's just nonstop John Wick killing everybody.
Yeah, there's a
Nonstop.
lot of post-birth abortions going on.
Nonstop.
Retroactive birth control.
But you haven't seen it, so.
No. No, you can go ahead and share it if you want. I don't care.
The one thing that kind of bothers me.
So tell me what is it about?
Okay.
Killing people.
So John Wick, Keanu Reeves,
Okay.
is a hit man.
Okay.
All right, and he wants to, and it's not like working for the mob kind of a hit man thing. It's like an international conglomeration of hit people,
cabal.
and that
He's a contractor.
basically, yeah,
He's a 1099
contractor
employee.
of death. But they've got their own special currency that
Gold
they all
coin.
use. They've got their own special hotels they can
Shiny
go stay
gold
at.
butt plugs.
They have a whole bunch of rules that
And they're
you have
written
to
on-
abide
written on the
by.
butt
You got to have a rules engagement, right?
Well, they have them, but
rules engagement.
anyway, Keanu or John Wick wants to get out of it.
He
And
did
this
get
is
out
what
of it.
starts.
He did
That's
get
what
out.
starts the whole thing. When he gets out of it and he builds a life, has a wife, and then the
she
wife
dies.
dies of natural causes, allegedly.
So
But
it's-
the wife dies, and he is just grief stricken. All he's got is his bad, wicked.
He's got a
Ford
bad
Skill.
badass-
He's got these
a Mach
badass
1.
skills.
He's got a Mach 1.
he's got a badass Mustang and a nice dog.
And then the wife on her deathbed, I guess, bought him a dog and had it sent to him after she had died, and said, now you can have something to love while you're grieving, or some crap like that. And then the Russian mafia sees his car and wants his car, and he says it's not for sale. And then so they go this is what starts the whole thing. So they go to his house. I guess they follow him to his house, and they go in there and crack him on the head and kill his dog and steal his car.
Oh, see, why'd you got to do that to the dog?
Right. That was the premise of the whole thing.
Yeah.
That
Then
fucking
then
pissed
it's
him off.
total vengeful retaliation.
Non-stop death after that.
Then it's nonsense. Okay, here's my point that I have at a source.
With some
Not-
wicked mad skills.
Yes.
To back it up.
Yes,
Not
the
one
Matrix
person
skills.
put their knee
Like a
on
j-
a spent casing, and nobody got a spent casing down the back of their shirt. All that shooting going on, and nobody gets brass burn.
Yeah, that's
And here's what's hilarious. They're in public places killing each other, and
They're
nobody's
they're-
screaming and yelling and running. They're just all going about their day, playing
Yeah.
with their kid.
They're in a bath. They're in a big public bath.
those suppressors are really fucking good.
Well,
No, they're-
They
apparently.
didn't have it. They didn't.
Not
No,
so
when
much.
the one dude's walking up high and John Wick's down low, and they're like, beep, 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 beep. And that's how it sounds. Beep, beep, beep. Right.
When you were talking about it, and then the wife dies and everything like that, and he goes on this vengeful kick-ass journey. It's almost like Jason Bourne, you know.
Yeah, except
because
no dead wife. Well, the dead wife.
well, after the girlfriend, he left and got out in what is it, South Africa or somewhere, wherever, and then they shot.
Yeah,
they were
but-
going to shoot him, but they shot her.
John Wick voluntarily made a deal to get out of the dark arts. Jason Bourne fucked up a mission and got floated in the med. That's how his stuff started.
He fell off the radar.
He took
didn't
a
know
couple
who
of
he
rounds to the
was.
back, floated around, and got a little amnesia.
I know.
He was smoking that weed with that black dude on that yacht.
But my point there is just like, I've never seen the John Wick series, and I binge watched it all.
What's
You're
that?
not missing a whole lot,
What's
but-
it on? Like Netflix or something?
No, it's 1, 2, 3 is on Netflix, and I did a free 7-day trial of Stars, so I
Okay.
can see number 4. But
I'll have to go check it out. I'm looking for something new to watch.
I'm just wondering, have you guys had anything recently where you've just binge watched something that's old and not anything new
Space 1999.
that recently?
Yeah, recently watched. Yeah, during the
Is
Christmas.
it a
there-
rewatch or something you had never seen before?
I watched it when I was a kid because it used to be on at like 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So you get home from school and you watch the space.
Is it like
Space
is it a-
1999.
Is it a
Yeah.
cartoon?
No, it's stop action space stuff. There's a moon base and the lunar orbit gets out.
It's like those People of America guys. The
America, fuck yeah!
Yeah,
A
only
pup-
it's a bunch of British.
Oh,
actors.
it's a dumb puppet movie.
No.
claymation,
It's
Oh, it's claymation.
live action with claymation.
Really?
like
I-
Gumby.
Why have I not seen that?
I'm Gumby, damn it.
Look it up, Space 1999. It's got God, I can't think of the guy's name now. Anyway, that one and a show that spun off of it called UFO. So there's, instead of a NORAD on the Earth, they've got one on the moon, and they're watching all these space extraterrestrial interlopers, and they send their ships out after them.
Interlopers.
Is that like?
It's
Is
like
that
a-
part, is that part of like
Those are
eloping?
the house shoes you wear outside.
Oh,
Yeah.
Those are outer lopers.
See,
Never
Inter-
mind.
I'm thinking of
interloper.
eloping, and you're actually talking about loafers. And I was like, oh, that makes
interlopers.
sense.
That's the ones you wear in the house. Yeah.
Interlopers.
Not to be confused with, ne'er-do-wells.
Well, I haven't watched anything. I've been watching
Watch
Mountain Men.
Mountain Men.
Secrets
the
of the
series.
Bible was pretty good.
Secrets of the Bible.
So that's something that I have been watching on YouTube lately. Is not Secrets of the Bible, but it's just because there's a lot of shit out there now. End of times, Christ coming back, all that stuff, and watching all of these things. I watched one. It was actually pretty good, because I've never been a religious fanatic. Never knew anything about it really.
Just a fanatic in general.
Yeah, I'm just fanatical. Don't know what I'm fanatical about. But anyways, there was one where it basically was the family tree, starting from Adam and Eve, going through it all. And it was a 40-minute video, and the guy was explaining how it all ties in together and who did what. And I was like, wow, it was pretty informative. But that's where I'm getting at, is I've been watching the End of Times.
And
You've
then,
been living it.
and then they
Well,
bring up
yeah.
Lilith, and then the Cain and Abel. Which one survived? Cain. Anyway, the son that didn't die
All right.
has a whole city full of
Killer.
Yeah, the killer. So you got Lilith, which turns into a baby-eating vampire, and then Sodom and Gomorrah were populated by the offspring of one of Adam's sons. So if I'm not conflating two of my Bible myths together,
I did watch it in ambient state, so I don't remember a lot of it.
but there's a lot of conjecture on the internet on the intertubes about who begat who, did what, and then it always goes into the two things that you hear after that are the flood myths or the Younger Dryas. And it's like,
So the
wait
one
a
thing
minute.
that I noticed in that family tree, there wasn't any Palestinians in it.
No,
There's no Palestinians in the family tree.
Well, there's a bunch of loose nuts hanging around.
Well, wherever they came from. I mean,
well,
well, there's all kinds of different cultures,
So-
right? and races and so
Bacterial.
some of the Palestinians they talk about being descendants of the Canaanites, right? But when Moses took his people out of Egypt, right, and then 40 years later went to the Promised Land,
Because they're either
and
bad
God
at
said,
directions.
"Go in there and kill everybody," and they didn't do that, and that's why we are where we are today.
That's a theory.
It's the theory.
Is that
It's the truth.
Is that the preeminent theory?
It's the truth.
Well,
It's
God
biblically factual.
God didn't let them out of the desert because they were a bunch of hardheads and couldn't figure it out and couldn't get their shit together. So until all of that cohort died off, he didn't let them out of the wilderness.
No, he didn't let them out of the wilderness because Moses was disobedient. And he did not want Moses to lead them into the Promised Land. He had to wait till Moses died because Moses had been disobedient to him. That's why they got to wander around in the desert. It's all
Right.
Moses' fault. He set them free, and then he stranded them in the desert.
Well, he got mad at David too.
Mad at David?
Yeah, they turned into a bunch of really high dollar SRT kind of killer types, and they were going out and they were enjoying killing too much of their enemies.
I don't remember that.
What church did you go to?
Seventh-day Adventist.
There was a bunch of snakes and people speaking in tongues.
Speaking with their tongue.
That's the 8th day.
On the 8th day.
And there was this guy named Mornini.
Wow. So you were talking, which one? It said,
Talking about John Wick.
well, you were talking about John Wick, and
And
you were,
watching movies and episodes and binge watching.
did you not want to? What was it you said before we?
The two witnesses, you know the time's up.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Pick out Enoch and Moses in a crowd.
And you said that you couldn't believe you knew those. Those were only two people you knew.
Yeah, the only Bible names that I
Okay.
keep up with. Well, it's not like Esther and Mary Magdalene are not going to be the two witnesses. It's going to be two dudes. And Enoch's one of the oldest names listed in the Bible. And
So how is that actually going to transform? I know I've
the
watched,
two witnesses and the Antichrist pop up about the same time.
Yeah. So if we were to look at today's time, how would it look like? And
It looked like two dudes in old Arabic robe.
you think they're going to walk around in old Arabic
Well,
robe?
they're not going to show up like the two guys from Chris Kattan and what's his name from that one movie.
Well, the Antichrist isn't going to show up with a pitchfork either. So
Yeah, he may
he's-
be in blackface, though. Justin Trudeau. Justin Turdo.
Turdo?
Could be Obama, could be the Antichrist.
Well, he's already black-faced.
He's sort of black-faced. He's mauve-faced.
What the hell is that?
Beige, only different.
Yeah, his parent. He was
Was
multi-raced.
Yeah, he
He's
was,
whitey. He's a white boy.
so his dad is what, Cuban, and his mom is
No, his dad's African.
no.
His dad
His dad was African.
His biological father is
South
African.
African. Elon Musk. I don't know.
No, so I thought his
I want
dad.
a paternity
No,
test. That
his
works.
dad. His dad is from Cuba, and his mom was a prostitute from Hawaii.
Well, she may have been a Hawaiian prostitute, but she's a white lady. And his daddy is definitely black because his brother's black, and so is the rest of his cousins.
Well, there's blacks in Cuba as well. In Cuba as well,
No,
you know
that's
that.
Creole. That's not the same thing. Not the same. Okay, at one point they came from the same place.
Okay.
Ann Dunham. There's his mommy.
Okay.
Yes.
That's where he gets the.
That's the mommy.
That's the communist.
And there's the daddy.
Yep.
Okay. And he was the one that did.
He looks like that dude. What was that TV show that had Rerun in it?
Oh
Good Times.
Was it
No,
Good
no.
Times?
I think
no,
so.
that wasn't Good Times.
Good Times had Florida in it.
Damn,
What was that TV show?
What is that? Rerun.
It had a big brother in Rerun and a baby sister.
Fuck, I don't know. I used to watch
If you
it
know,
all.
leave it. Tell us in the comments.
Yeah, I don't remember it, but
Yeah, y'all participate. Damn it.
we got like one person that actually put something on there.
I comment, but it doesn't count. By God.
Well,
I don't know, but with
I'm kind of worried about, when I was actually did this gig with the Methodist Church. I remember the pastor was always talking about, like, quoting the scripture, and it's like this, and basically quote the scripture, talk about how things were, in the time, how people lived, and what they wore, what was a standard of living, and what was a norm, which is not what is today. And then he would parallel it to what's happening today and how we are, and how does that fit into our daily lives. And of course, the end thing is like, where do you want to be? That's all it was, which I really liked. It wasn't, fire and brimstone type. But so all of the things that we're talking about is, how does it look today? How do you think it's going to look? It's not going to be two Arab men walking around with the, I'm just saying,
holding hands and sashaying down Main Street.
I don't think so. I don't know.
Maybe.
If
I'd have to go back and research because I don't know what you're talking about with the witnesses. So
yeah, so the witnesses come out
either right before or right after the Antichrist. They're in proximity.
Yeah, they're. I think that's the witnesses come out, and then the Antichrist comes out, and then the Euphrates dry up, and the three monsters come out and start. There's a whole.
I'm just waiting for the silver, the golden onion to get chopped down and the temple to be rebuilt.
Big golden onion. That's right. And then once that's rebuilt, and who knows, the Oak Island treasure may actually be the Templars' treasure.
What?
Yeah.
The what?
I got a covenant in there.
Yeah, they may actually be in, because and then the two witnesses get to witness everything, but they can't impact anything.
Right.
So
And then they'll try to kill him, but they can't.
Right.
So, looking at the tree that I saw from Adam and Eve up until they used to call it BC, but now it's CE, which I don't understand. There's, anyways,
I thought there was BCE.
the BCE, yeah. There's BCE, and then then there's the CE, which is after.
Pre-Christ and after Christ.
Correct. And so from Adam and Eve to the birth, it's about 3,700 to 4,000 years.
No.
That's the timeline.
Between what? Between AD and BC?
Well, Jesus kind of does it.
The whole BC,
BC and BC, before Christ and after Christ.
up to the day of Christ was born, from Adam and Eve till then.
Okay.
It's 30. There's two different ones. It's like 4,000, roughly 4,000, and then the Jews thinks it's like 3761 or something like that. It's
Well,
weird.
you have to get the Torah and the Talmud.
But the timeline being, where are we at today? And it's like I don't know if it's.
We're here at your house, drinking beers and eating nuts.
Eating Johnny Ray's salty nuts.
They're a little bit spicy. You like to.
Yeah, that's some spicy. That's some spice on them nuts. Later,
Reed
Tater.
Brothers.
Work, work.
Reed Brothers.